All right, welcome to our first post-game Swampcast of the year. Pat Dooley and Robbie Ander from the Gainesville Sun. Of course, Florida opens the Muschamp era, Robbie, with a fairly easy win over Florida Atlantic. A no-doubter, but we certainly finally got to see what this team's going to look like.
Yeah, and Pat, it's a good start. It's just a start, but it's a start, and you saw that this offense has a lot of capability. Brantley's come a long way from a year ago when we saw him struggling so much, and he's got an offense that he's comfortable in now. His confidence is growing. He did a great job spreading the ball around tonight. Yep. You listen to the coaches, he went to the right places with the ball. So, it's a good start for him, a good start for the Gators, a good start for Muschamp.
Yeah, I thought there were a couple plays where, obviously the force down here in this end zone.
Yeah, he went right into coverage.
Yeah, and then there were a couple plays where I saw guys open, and it's easier from up there, believe me, than from on the field. But yeah, I thought for John Brantley, it was a good, nice, solid start. Looked more comfortable, flew the ball well. A little late reading reading his receivers downfield, and that cost him a little bit. So, but again, it's game one.
Yeah.
The lights are going to get brighter, the team's going to get better, but that's okay. You want to start your season with a game like this. And the other thing, Robbie, that we take from this is, and this is a little bit what I wrote about, when Weiss and Muschamp come in, Weiss talk about pounding the ball and they're running the ball. I'm like, well, Rainey Demps, I don't know what they're going to do with them. Well, now we know.
Yeah, Weiss talked earlier in the week how he loved these guys. He wouldn't trade them, and boy, he went to them time and again. And
32 touches for the two. Yeah.
We start getting those guys on the edge, it's opening things up for everybody else. So.
Yeah, and he sees what Urban saw. And once they get a crease, sayonara.
Yeah,
they're going to be gone.
And Demps, to me, has a little more wiggle now, Pat.
Yep.
I don't know if that's just experience coaching, but he has got that little wiggle they've been looking for out of him, and having two healthy feet helps that, I think.
Well, the other thing about it is that when you're, if you're Charlie and you see the speed, you see the wiggle, and you see these are seniors, man. They know how to play football. They've been to Baton Rouge. They've been to all these great venues around the SEC, and so I think that's a factor. Let's talk defense. I thought the one thing I liked about their defense is I saw a lot of energy out there.
Yeah, and it was without Sharif Floyd, who was one of their best players.
And eligible.
That'll be, I guess, that issue will be taken care of in a few days, I'm guessing. But
yeah, well, who knows?
You never know.
I mean, again, that was another. You're going to get one every opening day. Somebody's going to be down there in jeans that you don't expect. I mean, this goes back to the Spurrier era.
Oh, yeah.
But, so they need to get Sharif Floyd back. I know you and I were talking. Ronald Powell didn't seem to do a whole lot tonight.
No, but he did make some plays. I mean, I guess maybe you're looking for the wow factor out of him. That'll probably come. But Dan Quinn wanted fast and physical. I think he got that. Plenty of fast and physical. And
we saw four
straight 3-and-outs to start the game.
To start the game. We saw a little bit of what they saw in Marcus Robertson. I mean, he looked pretty solid tonight. Certainly. This wasn't a team that was going to challenge you downfield throwing the ball, but give Florida credit. I mean, the only 3 points came because they ran back an interception along the way that Driscoll threw.
Yeah.
And it was good to see Jeff Driscoll get out there. I agree with Will.
He had a cannon on that one throw in the fourth quarter.
The one thing is, that Will told us all along, I'm not going to play him just to get him experience. Yeah. Then after the press conference, he goes, I played him just to get him experience.
Yeah, got to get him ready because Brantley's back got sore, so you got to take care of him.
I think maybe that's what kind of scared him into
I know. But Pat, back to Demps and Rainey, a lot of times in college football, you get these blazing guys that aren't football players. These guys can not only run, they catch. Both of them catch really well. They're really becoming.
They didn't when they got here.
No, but they're definitely refined players now, football players.
And that goes back to what I was saying about them being seniors.
Yeah.
They've learned how to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, it was a good night for the Gators. A lot of energy. The only bad thing is the streak is over. 137 straight sellouts. Yeah. But hey, look, it's a rough economy. Florida Atlantic turned back 1,000 tickets late, and they didn't get bought up. But look, it's tough right now.
I know.
My daughter and wife went to the game. That's $100 right there.
Yeah.
If you got a family of 4, it's $200 just to go. Let alone tailgate, let alone buy stuff at the game. So you can understand why it finally is over, and maybe they'll start a new streak.
Yeah. But Pat, one thing we should mention is that Muschamp took the time to mention Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer left him a very good football team. A team that knows how to practice, knows how to get itself ready to play. And you saw that tonight. They came out and played hard, and they worked through a tough camp. So I think it was, any question that Meyer left him with, bad football players or he left them with very good players who know what they're doing, know how to practice, know how to get themselves ready to play.
It was kind of fun watching them even in pregame warm-ups, that you could just sense it. Maybe it's because it's a new staff and it's Will's energy. And I pointed this out in my column. All those defenders are playing the Will position. They're playing the Will Muschamp is what they are.
Exactly.
You could see that energy. So it was a good night here. Actually, weather wasn't bad at all. Thought it might be really hot, but it's beautiful right now. We're gonna go home. You DVR at LSU.
Yeah,
don't tell them what happened.
Dooley has a knee issue though. He's questionable for next week.
I think questionable is probably it.
It's called old age.
Old age and other things. But I'm gonna go watch Colorado Hawaii now. Believe it or not.
Football season.
Yes, it's football season. I'm gonna watch anything that's taking
live.
place. So we'll come back next week. We'll have our podcast on Gatorsports.com, and then our Swampcast previewing Florida's game against UAB. We'll talk about that and more when we come back for our next Swampcast. Until then, Pat Dooley, Robbie Andrew of the Games of Sun. So long from the Sunshine State.